In the quiet village of Bethany, where the olive trees whispered secrets to the wind and the soil smelled of rain and thyme, lived 3 dear friends. There was Eleazar and his 2 sisters, Mira and Miri. They shared a small stone house filled with the scent of baked bread and the constant rhythmic sound of life. But one afternoon, the light in the house seemed to dim. Eleazar grew very weak. His forehead burned like the midday sun, and his strength left him as quickly as water soaking into the desert sand. Miri stayed by his side, watching over him as the shadows grew long across the floor. Mira knew there was only one person who could help. She hurried to the edge of the village and found a traveler heading toward the Jordan River. "Please," she urged him, "find our friend Yeshua. Tell him that the one he loves dearly is very ill." Many miles away, Yeshua heard the message. He looked out over the rolling hills with eyes that seemed to see far beyond the horizon. Though his followers were worried, Yeshua remained calm. "This sickness will not end in shadow," he said softly. He waited for 2 more days before turning his steps toward Bethany. By the time Yeshua reached the village, the house was silent, and the air was thick with the scent of sorrow. Eleazar had been gone for 4 days, resting in a tomb carved into the cold, gray rock. Inside the house, Mira and Miri sat together, their hearts broken into 1,000 pieces. When Mira heard that Yeshua was finally near, she ran out to meet him on the dusty road. She fell at his feet, her voice trembling with a mix of pain and hope. "Lord," she cried, "if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Yeshua looked down at her with a kindness that felt like a warm embrace. Then came Miri, her tears falling like summer rain. Seeing her sadness and the heavy hearts of all the people who had gathered, Yeshua's own heart was moved with a powerful, aching love. Even though he knew the secret of what was to come, he wept with them, sharing the weight of their loss. Yeshua asked to be taken to the place where Eleazar lay. They walked together to a quiet garden where a cave had been carved into the hillside. A massive, round stone had been rolled across the entrance, sealing the darkness inside. The villagers watched from a distance, whispering in the shade. "Take away the stone," Yeshua commanded. The people hesitated, but eventually, the heavy rock was rolled aside with a loud groan, revealing the dark, cool mouth of the cave. Yeshua looked up toward the bright blue sky and spoke a prayer of thanks to his Father in a voice that carried across the valley. Then, with a voice that sounded like rolling thunder and sweet honey, Yeshua called out into the darkness of the tomb, "Eleazar, come out!" The birds stopped their singing, and the wind seemed to hold its breath. Every eye was fixed on the threshold of the cave. A movement stirred in the shadows. Slowly, a figure appeared, wrapped from head to toe in white linen strips. Eleazar stepped out into the brilliant sunlight, blinking against the glare, alive and breathing once more. The scent of life replaced the chill of the tomb. "Unwrap him and let him go," Yeshua said with a bright smile. Mira rushed forward, her hands trembling with a joy she could hardly contain, as she helped her brother shed the burial clothes. The mourning of the village turned into a celebration that echoed through the hills of Bethany.